Hi guys! I hope you are all doing well. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome. I was on the phone with my dad the other day. We ended up stumbling on this question. Can a mosquito bite transmit HIV? Don't Google it. Okay, it's probably the title of this video. Okay, let me speak. When that question came up, my dad immediately said, put it into Google, it'll let us know. We managed to find the answer to the topic pretty quickly, but this actually made me think about how Googling something or just reaching for an answer that is easy to access is something that a lot of us immediately default to as a behavior. The modern solution to the questions we ask is to plug in our questions into a search bar that would generate results that it sees as relevant. And while this is absolutely amazing, there is something to be said about how it's actually impacting our problem-solving skills. Knowing that you have easy access to answers at the click of a button has been proven time and time again by numerous studies to actually lower our thresholds for giving up. In 2011, a Harvard study showed that when people are confronted with difficult problem-solving tasks, they are more primed to think about accessing a search engine to solve these problems rather than actually solving the problem themselves. This study also found that given access to search engines, the sample group was more likely to remember the different places they can access answers from than actually being able to recall the content they were given. This is known as cognitive offlearning, where we start to perceive the internet as an extension of our brain and therefore our library of knowledge and memory. This creates a positive feedback loop where we keep coming back to search engines for our quick fix. It doesn't help that this is the path of least resistance. It's often a lot easier to type in a question and get an answer in less than 2 seconds than it is to actually spend a good amount of time figuring out these problems for ourselves. Some people would say that this is okay, that this is a natural byproduct and just the way the advancement of technology goes. Cars help us to get places quicker and heaters help keep us warm. But here's why you should actually care. We are not just outsourcing these tools to gain access to information we would otherwise not be able to find. Instead, our critical thinking is actually being affected. Chances are you've probably Googled the answer to a question. You'd probably be able to figure out on your own, and you were probably just a little bit lazy. Needless to say, boycotting tools like that is not the answer. But how do we strike a balance? The solution may not be as complex as we make it out to be. When given a problem or challenging question, ask yourself, is me solving this on my own even remotely possible? If your answer is yes, then try setting an alarm for 15 minutes and allowing yourself to chip away at that problem on your own. Bonus points if you jot down a couple of notes here and there so that afterwards you can go back and see how your mind actually approaches all these different problems. I really like this simple cue because it is a small way of helping to keep us in check so that we don't end up outsourcing every single little thing that requires some modicum of effort. As renowned author James Clear said in his book Atomic Habits, which by the way is pretty much the modern bible of productivity and self-development, every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. No single instance will transform your beliefs, but as the votes build up, so too does the evidence of your new identity. So, who do you want to be? The kind of person that's a little bit lazy, reaches for the most easiest and convenient solution 100% of the time? Or the independent problem solver who knows when to use various tools like the internet at the most appropriate times? For the record, you cannot get HIV from a mosquito bite.